in 3, 2, 1. I think. Hey, welcome to the show, all 11 of you. It's me, Jonathan, and my good buddy Cody. Hey, Cody.
Oh man, it's over. The dynasty, it's done. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah.
I think we just beat the living dog wee out of the Ravens.
Yeah. Who could have possibly predicted that? Oh, it was me. It was me. I predicted it. Remember when I predicted that, Cody? Remember that? Remember?
Hey, I think we both predicted a win, but you predicted a blowout.
What was, do you remember the score I said?
I don't remember the exact score, but I know you were close.
I said 30-12. Now, I was wrong, obviously. Obviously, because the Chiefs scored more points than that. I made the mistake of not having more faith in the Chiefs. They scored 7 more points than I predicted they would. And the Ravens did score 8 more points than I predicted they would. So it comes out in the wash. I was off by 1 point. 1. And by the way, Harrison Butker. Wait, did he miss an extra point? No, he missed the field goal.
He missed the field goal.
Anyway, but I predicted a blowout. I said that the Chiefs would win 30-12, so by 18 points, and they only won by 17. So I look like an idiot. I look like a moron. I'm so sorry.
You know what the worst thing about this is? For the last several recordings, I've been praying for a blowout. I'm like, just once, I'd like to go into the fourth quarter and know we've got it locked up. And at this point in this game, garbage time starts at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Lamar Jackson's out. I don't know why Mahomes comes in for one more drive, but I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of bored.
Yeah. It was nice. It was nice that my family got exposed to the type of person I am or had been up until about 2023 watching a football game. My wife was like, we're sitting there holding hands, watching the game. She's like, this is nice. I was like, I know. This is what I used to be like. I used to not be a raging lunatic. I know. It was great. All right. So
I will be the first to admit that on that first drive, I was kind of in my feelings. When Baltimore went in and punched it in on the first drive, I was like, oh, this is going to suck.
I'm not denying that I felt feelings when that happened. But in the back of my mind, I went, Spags will figure it out. Like, they have a great, fine. Baltimore has a great script. They got down the field on 15 or whatever, probably less than that, 7 or 8. Great scripted plays. And they were going a little bit against tendency. They're running it a little bit more on those first couple of plays, and then they changed it up. And I don't know why they do that against Spagnuolo. Because it blows up in their face every single time, man.
Derrick Henry's name was almost non-existent in today's game.
It's bad. So we'll go over some stats for the game that I found fascinating, besides the final score, which I basically predicted and was only off by 1 point as far as the total is concerned. So Patrick Mahomes passing 25 for 37. That was 67% efficiency. 270 yards. We'll come back to that in a second. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 7.3 yards per attempt, which is awesome. 1 sack he took for -6 yards, had a 124.8 passer rating. He had 4 carries for 5 yards, which also I'll say is awesome. I don't need him running more than that. I was upset, and I texted you about this, because the Chiefs came out that first drive and were not doing what I said that they should do. And that was run the ball under center, just run uphill, and throw as far downfield as you possibly can. And then they started doing that later in the game, and all of a sudden they were killing the Ravens. Now, maybe that had to do with the fact that the Ravens are now, half of the team is at Truman Medical Center. But it was still I mean, it was nice that I'll be honest, I don't know 1/1 millionth, 1/100 millionth of what Andy Reid does or anybody on the team. I probably know less than the trainers. I know less that the only person I might know more about ball than is Isaiah Pacheco, because I know at least which way you're supposed to run, which when you're on the team. Oh, he's not living that down. I don't care. You have one good game. You have one decent game, by the way. He did score a touchdown. It just happened right behind me. But no, I might know more than him. But my point is, it was just obvious. Throw the ball down the field more because their front line sucks. They'll have to back off, and then you can run the ball up the middle more. Even Tony Romo during the game was like, well, what the Chiefs need to start doing is just run straight downhill. And then they did, and then they were killing them. It was a great game. Patrick Mahomes had 270 yards. Do you find that a little bit surprising?
Based on the way the game went, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But we did start a couple of times.
Yes.
Like, Remigio had a fantastic kick return. We had an interception. We had turnovers on downs already on their side of the field. So a lot of times we started either very close or on their side of the 50-yard line.
So here is the every Chiefs drive, where they started and where they wound up, okay, or what ended up happening. First drive started at the 32. That ended in a field goal. Butker kicked for 38 yards. Then we started on our own 16, which ended in a field goal. Butker for 23 yards. Then we started at our 44. At 44th yard, I believe, I don't remember. That might have been a decent run back, or I don't think that was an over, whatever. But we started our own 44, so a little bit further up. And then we started in the second quarter with 2:57 left at the Baltimore 40. That was when Lamar, yes, that was when Lamar threw whatever that was out of bounds because he was about to be steamrolled by a sack. Then we started the Baltimore 47. That was because Lamar had fumbled the ball. And, it's funny, as I was telling Katie, it's like, you know how many times I see Patrick Mahomes doing that? Oh, wait, never. I don't remember him ever. Have you ever seen him just fumble from running into his own guy? Basically, it was a back version of the butt fumble is what Lamar had. Because I thought, oh, good on the Chiefs. They knocked the ball out. No, he ran into his guard and the ball came out.
No, but we did throw to our guy running backwards, which is kind of just as bad.
That guy running back... You're not blaming Mahomes for that. I'm not letting you.
But
Mahomes shouldn't expect his friggin' running back to be running towards the wrong end zone. That is insane to expect.
And Mahomes did save that play.
Yes.
I mean, we lost a lot of yards, but he saved it.
100%. And then in the third quarter, first drive started at the Kansas City 35 because it was just a kickoff. Then we started at the Kansas City 49, which is another short field. Then we started at the Baltimore 24. What was that one for? That was another fourth down that failed. And then we ended the game in the fourth quarter then we had another one at the 35, which we just kind of burned clock on. That was the last drive Mahomes was in for. And then I don't remember the last one. I didn't keep track of it. But basically, they had short fields. And I would say, oh, man, well, it's kind of a phony win then. I mean, maybe the offense didn't look as good as they actually were. If that isn't exactly how this Ravens team beat the Browns a couple weeks ago, and it also wasn't how Tom Brady won like every game of his life. That was pretty much Tom Brady. If you look at yards per game, Brady was always lower. He was mid to lower outside of a few exceptional seasons, 2007 and stuff like that. He was always getting the ball in an advantageous position. Always. So there's nothing wrong with it. Just accept it and love it, and that's fine. Getting into some more stats, and then we'll talk about the overall narrative. Here's how the offense did overall. Total yards, 382 on 70 plays. which is 5.5 yards per play, which is really damn good. 264 passing. That was with a Minshew pass in there. Rushing, guys, we had over 118 yards rushing.
Woo! We ran a whole football field.
I missed it. I'll have to go back and watch. Was the Worthy play where he ran really, really far on one play? Was that a handoff or was that a pop pass?
I think Worthy was passed to on everything. Did he have any handoffs?
I don't know.
I don't
He had
remember seeing
he had a jet sweep that he ran early in the first quarter that broke off for a huge gain. But I wasn't sure if that was rushing or if that was passing. Anyway, first downs we had 24. Third downs we were 5 for 15. Not great, something to work on. But fourth down we were 4-4. Now you don't have to convert fourth downs if you convert third downs, so it's not great that we were 4 of 4, but it's also great seeing Andy grow some balls.
Well,
Balls.
I mean, we're happy they were converting fourth downs. Ariza was over on the sideline losing his mind.
Come on. And the one punt he had was good, despite the fact that Jim Nance said it wasn't good. I was like, so wait, pinning them at the 12-yard line isn't good?
I think
obviously he's a little cold.
I think part of it was because the ball bounced back and they didn't see it land out of bounds, and it bounced back like 5 yards.
Right. I'm usually a big defender of Nance and Romo. In fact, usually it's against your slings and onslaughts that I'm a defender.
Hate Romo, man.
Hate him. But they were annoying me. Not for the same reason they were annoying you. They were annoying me because it was like, are you not paying attention to the game? Like, I get what at one point, the Chiefs, Pacheco obviously got a first down. And then there was a timeout on the field. And they initially were like, the Chiefs committed a penalty. This is some kind of penalty. And then they're like, or timeout. Oh, no, it's the timeout from the Chiefs. Or, oh, no, they're challenging it. Challenging. Bro, okay, challenging it. Did you not see the play? And then they had to go back and watch it, and they're like, oh, actually, I think that is a first down. Like, guys, you're paid millions and millions of dollars to do one thing, watch football. Could you pay attention to the game in front of you? Because you have the same monitors that we have when we're watching it. In fact, you have 3 different ones that show you different stuff.
And they're all in 4K.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better than my TV. Red zone, we were 4 for 6, which is awesome. We had 5. This is probably the best stat of the game, Cody. 5 stats for 40 yards. And I think that's the difference in the game more than anything else as far as the offense is concerned. If you don't commit penalty, at least you keep us within field goal range.
Okay.
Juwan Taylor's name, not called once.
Yeah.
Not called once.
Going back to the 40-yard statistic. I know what's done is done, but I'm curious. I want to know your opinion on something real quick. If we didn't lose Worthy on that first drive in the Chargers game, realistically, do you believe we're 4-0?
I think we beat the Eagles. I think going back and looking at that Chargers game, they were doing some stuff we were just not ready for on defense. Like, because there's been one game so far this year where our defense looked bad, and it was that game. And it was just because we were like, they run the ball. Like, they're throwing all the time now. I don't understand. And we just never seemed to catch up to it. And Ben Solak made a video, who works for ESPN, a video showing how out of sync and god awful our secondary was. So I do think we lose that game. I think we beat the Eagles, though.
Yeah, I 100% believe we beat the Eagles.
I think we beat the Eagles because did you notice how easy Kelsey had it today?
Yeah. He didn't have, I mean, Worthy was amazing, dude. Some of those deep balls. And I love the fact that they're trying them again.
Yeah.
Like, Worthy is getting out there and Mahomes is taking shots. Are we hitting all of them? No. But it's better than not trying.
Yeah. Oh, hell, this meeting's going to end in 2 minutes. All right. Well, we said it would be a short one anyway. All of that to say, I just want to finish up with this real quick.
No, we got 10 minutes.
Oh, it said 10 minutes. For some reason, it said 2 on my screen. Okay, whatever.
I see 9:39.
Yeah, you're right. So Kelsey, then I have time to say this. Travis Kelsey had 5 receptions for 48 yards. Didn't have any TDs. But he had 5 targets. Didn't have any drops. And I don't know if you felt this way, but I did. It seemed like he was getting like some easy catches.
Yeah.
Like nothing where he had to like really fight for it. Nothing where he had to go over anybody, where he was tackled immediately. He always got a couple extra yards in. He's looking good. And you're right, having Worthy back helps with that because you stretch out the field. And now things are open underneath for Kelsey. He feasted. Worthy, 5 receptions for 83 yards on 8 targets. He had 2 rushes for 38 yards, 121 total yards on 7 touches.
God, it's so good to have him back.
And we aren't even done yet. We are Frieza, and we're like, this is not even our final form. Because we're getting Rashee Rice back in 2 games. Well, technically, I guess the third game is when we'll get him back. But we're getting Rashee Rice back. Okay. That's amazing. Having Worthy back obviously made a difference. Either the Ravens weren't accounting for him or couldn't with their personnel that was on the field. I want to talk about the narratives going forward because we're going to see him tomorrow, and I just want to be prepared for him. First one is going to be if the Ravens were healthy, they would have won. They would have won. So that's bullshit. And I'll tell you why. Because pregame markets and all of the previews didn't treat injuries as some kind of death sentence. They still, all of them, favored Baltimore. They did the NFL preview, and every single person but 1 out of 10 picked the Ravens to win this game as if they didn't watch them lose to the Lions, and it's as if they don't check the injury reports because either 1, they're lazy and don't bother checking them, or 2, they think that Madubuike and Kyle Van Noy being out doesn't really matter. And even when we knew before the game that Ronnie Stanley was hurt, still, he'll play, he'll be fine. You know, he get in there. They got a lot of depth. Heard several commentators. The Eagles have a lot of depth. The problem with the Chiefs is they're not Mina Kimes, who I actually really like. So I don't want to talk too much shit on her, but I like her a lot. She said that the Chiefs aren't really dominant in anything. They're not really dominant in anything. Well, maybe that's true, but I'd much rather have a defense that is a top 10 than a defense that is bottom 30, which, by the way, it only goes up to 32. So, first of all, so if the injuries didn't matter before the game, they shouldn't matter after the game. The line today was negative 2.5 for the Ravens, meaning Vegas expected them to win by at least 2.5 points against the Chiefs at home. And nobody thought, except for me, who said it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, by the 4th quarter, it's the Simpsons episode where they're beating up on the thing at Krusty Burger. Stop, he's already dead.
And the second part of that is going to be, the injuries that we were talking about during the week were bad, but then they get into the game. And once they get into the game, then you lose Roquan Smith and Marlon Humphreys. Okay, fair enough. They lost 2 more guys and Ronnie Stanley went out as well. He went out as well. Okay, so that's a tackle. Yeah, the Chiefs, weren't they missing a tackle in the Super Bowl? And everyone said, don't use that as an excuse. Because Isaiah Likely came back. They have Derrick Henry. They have Lamar Jackson.
And they have Zay Flowers.
They
had their starting offense.
And Hill's a good running back too. But that's not enough. If you're missing your left tackle, then that's an excuse to get blown out by almost as many points as the Chiefs got blown out in the Super Bowl.
crazy. Weren't we missing two key players until today? Our wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2?
That's the other thing is, no, you can't blame missing Worthy and missing Rice on this. This is beyond that. No, I think it matters. I think it mattered then, and I think it matters now. And the other thing is this: Roquan Smith, who is a great player, he went out late in the second quarter when the Chiefs were already winning by 10 points. I think Marlon Humphrey went out earlier than that, but he's not great. I mean, but Roquan Smith is. But he went out and the Chiefs were already leading by 10 points. So if he'd have stayed in, what's the score? What do you think the difference is?
Not much.
We win 34 to 20 because that wouldn't have helped the offense where the problem was for the Ravens today. I mean, their average points per game going into this was 37. We held them to 20. And that last one was garbage time. So just to put it cleanly, both of their big stars exited after we'd already seized control of the game, after we had a double-digit lead. The idea that the Chiefs' lead existed because of those departures doesn't fit the timeline. Vegas had Baltimore favored. KC led by 10 before Roquan's injury. Humphrey left even earlier, and it was 20-10 at the half.
And then Lamar hurt his hammy.
And then Lamar goes out with a hamstring. Oh, I forgot about that. Lamar goes out with the hamstring when the Chiefs have 30 points. I felt bad because we put out a video this week where I accused Lamar Jackson of stat padding. Because I was like, maybe that's harsh. Maybe that's a little bit too harsh on him. He seems like a good dude. Seems like a good leader. One of my favorite stories about him is after Mark Andrews dropped that 2-point conversion that lost him the season last year, he patted him on the head and told him, hey, man, you weren't the reason that we had to score the 2-point conversion. That was on all of us. Just because you dropped the ball at the end doesn't mean that the rest of us weren't dropping it all game. So it's not you. I need you next year. You know, we're good. So I think he's a good guy. But what the hell was that?
Dude, you started that little comment, and the video behind you went to him throwing his helmet on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this after every game now. Just have the highlights up there.
So the NFL shuts us down for copyright infringement.
It's okay if we're commenting on the game. Apparently, I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So anyway, or if I put my big fat head in the way every once in a while, maybe. So that's obvious. I don't regret saying that about him anymore. Look, maybe his hamstring was tugged. Maybe it was pulled. But isn't it a bit of a coincidence that it happened to go out? Even though they couldn't cite, remember they showed him the play before, and they're like, well, he looked fine there. And all of a sudden, oh, my hamstring hurts. I mean, it's not like he has a history of going out of the games for weird reasons either.
I mean, better than him running off to take a poo.
Yeah. So, stat padding. I don't know. I think there's something to it with him.
We're in our last minute.
You take yourself out of the game, or you hurt your hammy, but you can sit on the bench fine. Mahomes wouldn't leave the game if his hamstring broke.
Mahomes wanted to go back in that one season where he dislocated his knee.
He dislocated his knee. He was like, oh, I'm good, though. I'm running. He was running back to the locker room. I'm just saying, when I see stuff like that, and then I see Mahomes and see what the hell he's willing to put himself through for us as Chiefs fans, I don't care if we're 2-2. I wouldn't care if we're 0-4. I'm proud that guy's my quarterback.
Absolutely.
That's my fucking quarterback.